Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good afternoon, I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Joshua Franson. We've had some rain move through this morning, but it is going to move out throughout the day, but there will potentially be another round behind it. So let's break it down for you. By about 4 p.m., this initial rain moves through fairly light in nature. You might hear a rumble of thunder or two, maybe locally heavier in some spots, but nothing too heavy. We'll get a brief break by about 11 p.m., but if you notice over here, another round of storms moves through, and this is a lot more intense, and it's right along this warm front here. It'll generally peak by about 3 a.m. or so, and the main threats with this will be torrential rain and maybe some stronger wind gusts, maybe some smaller hail. But you could potentially see some locally higher amounts of rain, maybe over an inch, and this will be out of our area by about 9 a.m. tomorrow, maybe a lingering shower or two along the front of this low pressure. But we'll get a brief break by about 3 p.m., generally shift to partly cloudy skies across our area, and then even another round tomorrow by about 9 p.m. Some showers and thunderstorms generally will linger across our area. Nothing too strong expected. These will move out into the overnight hours and will generally be clear for Friday. So we do have some severe weather risks ahead of us. Wednesday night, we have a level 1 risk for tonight. This will mainly be due to that wind and hail threat and those torrential rain threats. Thursday, we actually have a level 2 on the southeastern portions of our viewing area. That will be for hail, wind, and potentially a brief tornado or two. Not a huge risk, but it is there, so just keep it in mind if you're in this area to keep an eye out for severe weather alerts. Flood potential has dropped down just a little bit. We're no longer looking at those higher values of rain, but we're still pretty decent at an inch or so, so we're sitting in this marginal risk, maybe that slight risk on the western edges of our viewing area, but we'll be around an inch tonight, locally higher in some amounts, and this will mainly happen by about, let's say, 2 to 3 a.m. when those storms peaked, or as shown on Future Track earlier. Wind today will also be fairly persistent out of the southeast, and we may see some gusts up to 25 miles an hour, but overall 10 to 20 miles an hour, you can expect those winds, and it's going to drive up our humidity, keeping our dew points generally humid in the mids to upper 60s. We're sitting at 66 for today. Tomorrow we'll peak at 72 before we'll transition to those northwesterly winds and drop off into the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So for today, you expect your highs to be in the upper 70s, lower 80s. Those showers will pass on through later in the day and will be fairly windy and humid outside. Tonight we'll drop down to the upper 60s and still feel quite humid as that storm system approaches. 100% chance of strong storms and heavy rainfall ahead of us. City-by-city forecast showing us that by Friday we might have some lingering showers or two, but generally those will clear on out. We'll be in the upper 70s, lower 80s. And then on the 10-day forecast, Saturday and Sunday, beautiful weekend ahead of us with mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the lower 80s. Lows in the lower 60s, and then maybe a chance of rain again next week.